A young Canadian woman's dream trip to Australia ended in tragedy when her body was found on Gari Beach surrounded by 12 dingoes. 19-year-old Piper James had been camping on Gari, formerly known as Fraser Island, when she decided to go for a swim at 5 a.m. on Monday. Less than an hour later, 2 people found her body on the shoreline with multiple wounds, including possible defensive wounds. Police are still working to determine whether she drowned or was mauled by a pack of dingoes during her early morning swim. The incident was described as traumatizing for police, Ms. James's friends, and the Gari community. Piper had arrived in Australia from Canada in November and reportedly traveled with a close friend who was also from Canada. Canadian authorities have confirmed they are currently assisting Piper's family.
Hey, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Shem Shai. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to the elect. And all the brothers pushing this work in sincerity and truth. This is your brother Thamime from James, Toronto, coming at you with another video. Why am I making this video? Because this is the spirit that's on these Generation Zs. All right? All these young women, all they want to do is travel, right? And trying to be men. That's all it is, because travelers used to always be men. But for some reason, you women, you young people, all you want to do is go and live your best life, right? But that comes with consequences, man. You don't understand that being a woman, you're very vulnerable to a lot of things. You're vulnerable to the elements. You're vulnerable to animals. And you're also vulnerable to men. All right? Because people are always watching. There are criminals in every single corners of this earth. There are like serial killers in every single corner of this earth. And she should have done her researches, because in Australia right now, women are going missing. Right? Most likely this is not the dingo that murdered her. I think it's a person that killed her, and these dingoes found her body. All right? But another thing that's wrong with this generation, this chick went to Australia and her father let her go, man. A 19-year-old. I'm not gonna let my 19-year-old go off to fucking the land of down under where there's no family members over there just to hike and experience the world. Right? This comes with a possibility of her not returning. In this case, you see it being true, right? But this is a spirit that's on women in general in this time, right? In my place where I used to work, you have women talking about, I'm going to go to Miami for for vacation. Just going to go hang out on the beach, go to restaurants. Most of them are trying to go find a rich dude who they think exists in their mind. But rich dudes, there's so many girls to pick from, right? But they all have a fantasy in their heads, and they all try to play this fantasy out. And this is what's going on here, right? This society have told women that they can do whatever men can do, right? Because when men do these kind of things, there's always things happening to men all the time. Men go missing all the time. Men go, but that's because there's no guidance, right? These women are trying to do what men are doing. Travel the world. But the scriptures, I'm making a scripture not for the Edomites, but for the Israelite women who right now think she's the most educated woman, right? The spirit of wantonness is on all women, right? And that went from the Edomite woman of wanting to travel, and now it's on all you women, okay? And mainly the Judite women, the so-called black women, right? That spirit is on her right now of just getting up and go, being spontaneous, right? But the scriptures give us strict ways on how to deal with the daughter, right? I'm gonna go to Sirach. The father waits up, and now her father was there. He was there mourning in the video. I think another video that I saw, right? And I saw another video also where it says that the people that found her body were traumatized. Okay, this is the Sirach 42:9. The father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth. Right? You know, you think that father didn't, he wasn't up thinking about his daughter all the time, right? This is news that no father wants to hear. But women don't understand. What if her dad were to say like, "Hey, I'm not sending you to fucking Australia by yourself, right? Because you're 19, you're not going anywhere." She would have said the man is controlling. Her friends would have said, "Oh, your dad's a piece of shit." You know how these people are, right? And now look at her, right? She's about to go in the ground, and they care for her, take it away sleep. When she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age, because she was a woman who should be married or whatever the case may be, right? But in this time, oh, women have to, they need a career, they need to explore the world, they need to sleep around, then they get married, right? But that comes with consequences, man. That comes with a penalty. That comes with death. That comes with diseases. That comes with many things. And being married, lest she should be hated, right, in her virginity, lest she should be defiled and gotten with her child in her father's house. This is not. This used to be a thing of our past. If these things happen to your daughter, it'll be a shame upon her daughter, on the father's name in the house, right? But now these things happen all the time. And having a husband, less she should misbehave herself, But they would see this and say, "Oh, it's it's misogynistic to, she should have a husband at this age." No, no, let her go around and do whatever she wants, right? Initially, that's what they're saying, right? Let her go travel, let her go live her best life, let her go on the seas and sail, let her go wake up 5 o'clock in the morning to go fucking swim. Who does that, man? Everyone knows that, let's say the dingoes killed her. Because dingoes, they're very vicious. Let's say the dingoes killed her, right? Who wakes up in the morning to go swim? This is when animals hunt. Early in the morning, late at night, right? Lest she should misbehave herself. And listen, another thing. Australia, that place is stacked with all manner of creatures that that swim in salt and fresh. Like they have saltwater crocodiles, they have dingoes, they have snakes, they have spiders big as humans over there, right? They have all manner of things, man. They have bees, right? That can sting you and take you out. You know, they have sharks, they have bull sharks in fresh and in the fresh water, right? They have snakes that can actually swim in swim in water in the salt water, and those snakes are very venomous, man. Right? So these are the things that she decided to go and battle, and hope nothing happens. That's not how you live your life, man. Right? And when she is married, lest she be barren, keep sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make the three lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies, and the byword in the city, a whore. Right? That's the byword right there, a whore. But these things don't shame women anymore, right? And this video is this is a warning to you Israelite women who likes to just get up and go, who likes to just go to different countries. And this spirit of wantonness, it's not just on the spirit of the Edomite woman anymore. It's on the so-called black women. It's on the Hispanic woman. It's on the Arab woman, right? That's why these guys actually keep the woman in subjection, because that wantonness, that brings a lot of shame, man. Right? It brings a lot of destruction, right? And that's the spirit of Babylon, right? And the reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude, right? Let's see what Marlon Brando said in Goodfellas. Women are allowed to be careless, but us as men cannot be careless. Godfather, right? This is what Marlon Brando's character told told Michael, Said here, I spend my life trying not to be careless. Women and children can be careless, but not men, right? So everyone knows that women have that spirit on them. And that man who let his daughter go, right, to Australia for fucking to fulfill her little fantasy, right, of hiking and all that bullshit. That's not gonna bring anything to you, man. That's not gonna add to your life as a woman. It's not. What are you gonna do? Tell your friends, oh, I've hiked in Australia for a year. I did this for 6 months. She's been there since November, man. Right? Not even to go visit for a week. She's been there for months, right? You know how these Edomites do. But men, men cannot afford to do these things. That's why, men in the truth, we don't do these things, man. We don't just get up and go because I feel like going. These things are supposed to be planned out as men, but women have the spirit of a child on them. That's the reason why, the father probably let her. She probably nagged him, like, "Oh, Dad, I feel like going to Australia, right? I feel like going to kayaking in the Alps, wherever the fuck. I feel like going to Banff to ski, just out of the blue, with no direction." But when you talk about giving women direction, the feminists and all these other people come to their rescue and say what a woman can do, what a man can do, a woman can do. But it's all good. This is proven not to be fact. Okay? But yeah, women are careless. That's the reason why you see things like this happening. I had a scripture in mind, but it slipped my mind. I kind of forgot what the scripture was that I was thinking about. Right? Scripture says, keep an eye. So many scriptures on this. Let's just say it like this. 1 Timothy 2:11 says here, let the woman learn in silence in all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. If you bring these scriptures up, in this modern world, you might get a stone thrown at you. But this is the order in which women should be. They should be silent, right? Not all over the freaking globe trying to roam, because you can die, man. Right? Greater men have died. Greater, stronger men have died doing things less adventurous than this. Imagine you who are weak and feeble, physically, of course. Right? While a man can fend off some dingoes, a 19-year-old, 110-pound girl can't. You know what I'm saying? That's why everything should be done in order, man. And that father should be ashamed of himself by letting this chick just go off in Australia, man. You women of Israel, the Negro woman, the Latino woman, Native American women, take this as a warning, man, because when the spirit of wantonness is on you, a lot of things can happen, man. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor usurp authority over the man. That's what's going on in this society, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. So who's being deceived in this time again? The woman, right? She's being deceived by thinking that she can do whatever a man can do. She can go off and go on vacation because men do it. Men were the ones who used to do these things. Just go off and go. Even my men in this time. But as far as traveling goes, the Israelite men did this years and years and decades and hundreds of years ago, man. Right? If you go back into the time of those African kings, right, on the west coast of Africa, a lot of them just got up and left, built kingdoms in other places. She's not going to build kingdoms. She's going to just explore. That's it. Like a child, I'm curious. Like a child. A child is curious. They touch everything, right? That's the same spirit of women have. Wanton. Let's get wanton and then finish it off. Definition of wanton: a lewd person, a lascivious, man or woman, a trifler, an insignificant flutterer, a word of endearment. Let's see what else we have here. Excessive, rebellious, but the younger widows refused, for they have begun to wax wanton against Christ. Right? So, in the biblical sense, 1 Timothy 5:11, it says, but the younger widows refuse. No, that's not the one I want. You know what? I'll get that. It's okay. But the younger widows refuse, for when they have begun to wax wanton against a Mashiach, they will marry, having damnation. Actually, that's not the one I want. Actually, yes, this could go. It's okay. Having damnation because they have cast off their faith, their first faith, and that's our woman right now. And this goes into the men also, right? And withal, they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house, and not only idle, but tattlers, and also busybodies, speaking things what they ought not. Right? This goes twofold. I will therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. And they've done the opposite of this. Okay? They don't want to get married now. They don't want to guide the house. They want to go on vacation and die. Okay? They want to go on. They want to go on. They want to go to Australia. They want to go to Europe. They want to go to the Dominican Republic. They want to go to Mexico. They want to go to Jamaica on the underwater raft. Right? Give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. So now, this is what you get. Right? You get a group of women who just does whatever the hell they want. Right? They look down on on bearing children. They look down on being wives. For the majority, okay? If a man, it's like, yeah, for some are already turned aside after Satan, right? Let me see. Okay, I'll leave it there. You get the point, right? These women want nothing to do with their responsibilities. They come back in the end and try to want these things after they're 50 something, late 40s, after they're used up. But in the 20s, teens, late teens, they don't want nothing to do with this. This is the time where they should be learning to be women, but they want to go off and go on vacation and while out. And in the process of things, they might even die. Okay? But it's the spirit of a child that's on the woman. Shalom.